Hello, everyone. Sorry, it took me a little bit longer to go live than I expected. What's up, Fernando? How are you? If you want to come on up, just hit the accept button. I requested for you to come on up, Fernando. Anyways, let me change my gift goal here. We'll start off with the roses, or is the lightning bolt still a thing? I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, it is. Hell yeah, it is. 200. That's what we're gonna do. 200.
Hey, good evening.
Oh, how you doing?
Fantastic. Another wonderful day.
How old? I just need to know your age before we move forward. How old are you?
Sure, 40.
Cool. All right, what's up?
Just, why do you think MAGA hates children?
Yeah, we can get that on one side. What was with your comment about SSRI? What was that about?
You look like you take SSRIs.
What does somebody look like when they take SSRIs? What is this?
It's in the eyes.
It's
in the eyes.
What is it in the eyes? Tell me specifically what it is.
The dilation. I have a big screen, and I'm able to tell.
What about the dilation?
Well, there's a different pitch and hue to it when you take SSRIs.
Like what? What is it specifically?
Well, we don't have to dive too much into. This isn't science class, but
it's not. You're right, because it's pseudoscience what you're doing. Because I don't take SSRIs, so you were kind of wrong on your little.
Oh wow! Wow!
So maybe you should maybe you should re-examine. Maybe
9 out of 10 ain't bad, right?
Maybe you should re-examine how you go about that. But anyways, yes, I do think Trump supporters. I think they voted for things that harm children, for sure. I think they claim to care about them when it comes to like trans people, like they say they do. But when we look at the research and we look at the effects of gender-affirming care and how helpful it is,
we don't need to talk about the weirdos, but
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But your rhetoric, but like they have a high self-unaliving rate. I know, but I got to talk.
We don't need to deal with the mentally ill.
Right. But that's why. So you're proving it in real time as to why you guys hate children. You're calling them mentally ill. You don't want them to get help.
No, they should be. We should open up psychiatric facilities
for who?
Catered to the people who have gender dysmorphia.
You don't even. But the thing is, you're not even knowledgeable enough on this. You call it gender dysmorphia. That's not what it's called.
Who gives a shit? They're fucking weirdos.
But is it possible that? But if you don't know, what it's called, so if you don't know what it's called, right? But here's the thing, Fernando. You don't even know what it's called. So how can you have a conversation on this? That's like talking about. That's like talking about. That's like talking about PTSD and how best to treat it. But you don't even know what, like, you can't even say PTSD. You call it like PTSI or something. But you were wrong on that. You
gotta bring lobotomies back. Bring back the lobotomies for those weirdos.
Right. This is why you guys hate children.
And then you were I am not part of this anti-natalist movement that is.
You're advocating for things that are going to unalive children more.
No, we're talking about the small percentage of the weirdos out there.
So show me science. Show me science of what you're claiming that it'll reduce the self-unaliving, right?
Well, we separate the weirdos from the general population, so let's get rid of all those weirdos.
Show me the research that this will lower the self-unaliving rate.
Well, show me the research of what you're talking about.
You're making a claim. The claim is on you.
We don't need science to know that weirdos.
So the claim is on you. Do you mind proving it? So the claim is on you. Do you mind proving it?
Proving that we should separate the weirdos from
so show me that's going to lead to better mental health rates, like lower rates.
It's going to be better.
So I'm asking you. So do you mind not talking over me? Maybe don't talk over me while I'm talking, because this conversation isn't going to be productive. Nobody can hear us if I'm talking, so I'm going to go ahead and kick you because you can't. I'm going to go ahead and kick you. Goodbye. So if we're having a conversation and you're talking and I'm talking, this is just something that you want to do to make yourself feel better, because clearly the chat can't hear us. They can't hear what I'm saying. They can't hear what you're saying. So what are we doing this for? That's why you got kicked. No, I don't think he was trolling. I think he's just genuinely a crappy person. per all the individuals we have spoken to, guys. He is par for the course when it talks to Trump. When it comes to Trump's wars. Hey, Erica.
Good evening, Douglas. How are you?
Great. What's going on?
Nothing. I'm still awake. Is what's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a little late for you, huh?
It's midnight. But tomorrow's Friday, which means I've only got tomorrow to last.
Do you stay up later on the weekends? Can you hear me better now? Hold on. I'm gonna actually make the sound better. Give me a second here.
I think you're louder when you don't have the headphones on.
No, I'm gonna make it better. Give me 1 second. Just trust me. I know it's not easy to trust me, but trust me. All right. And guys, we're still looking for opposition, okay? So if you voted for Trump, how about now?
I think you're louder without it.
You think I'm louder without this?
Yeah. That hasn't made any difference.
Fuck. People told me yesterday I can talk, because people told me yesterday when I'm with this and a guest is on that it's hard for me to talk over them with this. So I use this and they all said it was better.
When you move the mic away from your mouth, you're not any quieter than you are.
I'll keep it right here. I'll put it in my mouth.
The mic's not picking you up. It's the headphones picking you up.
Let me check. You might be right. Actually, let me change it. The output is AirPods. The input. Oh, you're right. Let's change it. Ready? How about now?
That's much better.
Yeah, I'm loud. I'm clear and loud and projecting my voice.
Both loud and clear.
Do I sound alpha right now? Do I sound manly and alpha?
You always sound manly and alpha to me, Douglas. I hate alphas though, so I've gone off you.
Well, I hate to break it to you. Hey guys, make sure you sub to me on the tube, okay? I am currently streaming over there. If you guys have a second device, it would be great if you can watch me over there, okay?
There is nothing less attractive to me than a man who proclaims he's an alpha. Like, genuinely.
Oh, yeah.
If you really are giving off that energy, you don't need to say it.
100%. I agree with that. All right, guest. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. I just need to know your age, and then we can move forward.
42. How old are you?
33. I have to ask it for TikTok terms of service. I wasn't asking just to ask. So
I just asked the last host who was anti-Trump, and he got all triggered because I was asking him his age.
Okay.
I'm 47, just in case you want to know. Like, we can all just share.
Thank you for offering that up. Appreciate that.
You're more than welcome.
All right, man. What's on your mind?
Well, I'm MAGA, 100%.
I'm MAGA.
I don't hate any of those things in your prompt.
But you voted for things that are. But then why did you vote for things that are harming all of those? Well, sure you did.
I voted for economic factors, and I voted for a secure border. It has nothing to do with those things.
The Trump administration proposes things that are very anti-science, having RFK
like what?
Ahead of HHS.
Like what's anti-science?
Well, he's anti-vax. He's anti-vaccine, which is incredibly anti-science. We can start with that.
Who's anti-vaccine?
RFK.
Well, he's anti.
Hang on a minute, Doug. Doug, your mic is disconnected again.
No, it should be good. Are we good?
Oh no, you're good now.
Okay, I got to put it up here then. Let me put it up here. Okay, but yeah, no, he's very. I mean, he said he's anti-vaccine. He said there's no benefits to vaccines.
I didn't vote for RFK. I voted for President Trump.
Well, he's part of the administration. That's why I said your vote goes towards anti-science.
But I voted for President Trump. I wasn't
right. But he's part. But you vote for the administration, so you voted for something that was anti-science. You're voting for things that are.
Was he in the administration? Was he in the administration during the election?
Yeah, he was part. Yeah, yes.
He was.
I don't know why. I don't know why you're trying to weasel your way out of this. It's really weird.
I voted for Trump. I'm not trying to weasel my way out of anything.
You are. Your vote goes towards everything that
any of those things on that list.
You may personally not, but your vote goes towards harming those people. Yeah, so your vote.
Reality.
All right, so we're going to go down the list. You denied. So the science thing, you just said you didn't vote for it, but you didn't deny what I said. Okay, but I hate to break it to you. Your
I
vote
don't know
still
what
went towards it.
I don't know what RFK's personal stance is. I really
I'm
don't care
telling
what
you.
RFK
I'm telling you what it is, and you're not giving me a retort.
You're not RFK, so how can you tell me what his personal stance is?
Because he said
That's
what his
your opinion is.
Nope,
of
he
RFK's
said
stance.
his
It's not
stance.
his stance.
Sir,
Okay.
he said his
Let's go to the next
stance.
one. Let's go to the next
Okay,
one. I know
great.
that's
So
your
you're wrong.
opinion.
So you're wrong on the first one. All right. So
You're not coping very well. I didn't vote for RFK. I get it. But go to the second one.
It doesn't matter. You did.
I just want
Good.
to let you know, Trump is also anti-science because he's a climate change denier.
Let me ask you.
I'm sorry, I haven't finished my sentence. And I don't know who dragged you up, but I was brought up by someone who taught me not to interrupt other people while they're talking because it's rude. So anyway,
Okay, get to the point.
I'll get to the point in my own time, and you won't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad. Shut up. Thank you.
Just get to the point, okay?
So, no, okay. So what you can do is stay on mute until I finish talking. So Donald Trump is
that ain't
also
gonna happen. Get to the
anti-science.
point.
Oh, right, no. Donald Trump is also anti-science. He says that windmills cause cancer, which is untrue. He is not only trying to influence or de-influence, I guess, the use of wind power in the United States, but also elsewhere in the world. I live in a country where wind power is 1/5 of our electricity, and within the next 10 years, it's going to be half of our electricity. Yet your president is trying to make my country stop using windmills.
Can I ask you a science question? Can I ask you a science
question? Alex, you can go ahead too afterwards.
You can ask me a science question.
Yeah.
Hey, can men have babies? Can men have babies?
Yes.
You guys are obsessed with that.
There you go. There's your science. Men can have babies. That's
so hold on.
Alex.
That's awesome.
I just want to let me ask Alex a question. Alex, you're an anatomist, correct?
Yep.
Men can have babies. That's a good one.
I'm sorry.
Men can have babies.
So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it if you're so confident in your position.
Men can have babies.
Great. So let's talk about it. So let's talk about it. So shut up.
That's your science. Men.
Alex, do you ever use the word? Alex, do you ever use the word? Do you ever use the word? Do you ever use the word man?
Good job.
Do you ever use the word man, or do you use the word male?
I mean, I use the word man like this man below me is upset.
That's a funny
but
science.
No, we use the term male and female.
Men can't have babies.
Oh my gosh.
God.
Men can't have babies.
Not only is he low IQ, he doesn't know how to not talk over people.
Also, I want to point out the fact that he keeps saying men but he's never bringing up women. So what about the women who have had fallopian tubes removed, ovaries removed, and a uterus removed? They, by your definition, can't have babies. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he left. So I want to make it very clear. So, I think there's a fundamental misunderstanding, and Legendary, we'll get to you in a minute. I got to mute you because you got background noise. I want to make it very clear. Not a single person is saying that somebody without a uterus can give birth. Clearly they can't, all right? So, the thing is when people on the right, say, oh, you think men can have babies, you're incredibly stupid. Yeah, we're not denying that people that don't have uteruses can't give birth. That's not what we're saying. We just have a different understanding of what we call men and women, right? Trans men, for example, oftentimes have a uterus,
I point out
right?
that those terms, men and women, are societal terms.
Right.
In anatomy, we don't refer to a scrotum, if you will, as a men's, right? We don't say that. Because when we're referring to and again, this is where women take offense to this because you reduce us down to our reproductive organs by calling us females. And it's first of all, we are way more than our reproductive organs. We're whole human beings. Erica, I also wanted to point out, because you were listing off things that Trump is anti-science against. Let's not forget the fact that he believes if you exercise, you will drain your body and age faster.
Which is wild.
Which he probably would have benefited from some exercise because his venous system, his veins are terrible.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know how you can counteract all that pooling is exercise.
I'll take
Yeah,
these
for sure.
for
All right, Legendary. Hold on, Legendary. I just need to know your age. You got to give your age before we go.
Yeah, 46.
All right, cool. And guys, make sure you give me a follow if you're joining the live. Click the red follow button on the top left. Follow Alex. Follow Erica. I have my pay links in my bio. It's Dougie9192. If you guys want to show support, it's not needed, but I do appreciate it. I'm also streaming on the tube. If you guys can give me a sub over there, all right? It's Dougielifts. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
What do you got?
Oh, no, I'm just making my daily rounds.
So do you want to say anything that we can talk towards?
Yeah, sure. We can talk about let's talk about the e-files and how Bill what's his name? Bill Gates was in there and
cool.
Apparently tried to give his wife some
cool. Investigate him.
STD medicines.
Okay, cool. Investigate him. Investigate him. What does that have to do with Trump or MAGA or anything?
Well, it's part of the e-files. I mean, you guys wanted it. The Democrats asked for it, and now they're getting it.
And Doug's
we're not
telling
liking
you,
what they're saying.
Popcorn.
So,
Doug's saying investigate it.
Yeah, I'm not arguing
I don't know
that.
if you heard him.
Yeah, I don't give it. I don't think you understand this. I don't care what their party affiliation is. I don't care what their ideological views are. I don't care what their opinions are. If you're in there in a manner that seems to be very harmful, right? Investigate them. Right?
So let's go after Bill Gates.
So let's investigate Bill Gates because he's in there. Let's investigate Clinton. Let's investigate Trump. They're all in there. Let's investigate all of them.
Yep, agreed.
Right, but the investigation has been done.
But we can't have it with Trump. So guys, let's investigate everybody else but Trump.
The investigation.
That's okay. So first of all, if the investigation has been done, I don't know why you're talking. And I'm saying if very specifically, if the investigation has been done, I don't know why you're talking about Bill Gates, because surely he's been investigated and they found no wrongdoing. Otherwise, something would have occurred, correct?
I think that they did find wrongdoing along with a lot of other powerful people, and they swept it under the rug.
So when's his court case, Popcorn?
A rank has its privileges, but
does it?
may not be the case now.
So you're just defending? Wow. Because he's the president.
No, I'm not defending it at all. I'm not defending it at all.
It sounds like it.
No, absolutely not.
Sure sounds like it.
Popcorn.
No, I'm saying you guys are saying let's investigate him.
I just started talking, Popcorn.
So maybe let her talk though. Let her talk, okay? And guys, keep tapping. Keep tapping.
Quick question for you, Popcorn. The Southern District of New York was in fact investigating this and had been for a number of years. In January 2025, at the very beginning of the Trump administration, Pam Bondi told the Southern District of New York they had to shut down their investigation and hand over all of their documents to the federal government in order for the DOJ to investigate. They did no investigation. Then we got to December, January this year, when the DOJ were made to, or had been ruled by Congress that they needed to release the files. At that point, Pam Bondi feigned ignorance and said they just found all the Southern District of New York files, which she'd gone to them and shut down their investigation and asked for, and feigned that they just found them and now they have to go through all of them. If the Trump administration has been investigating this, how come she said she didn't know they had all these files?
So I would say that for a couple of years under the Biden administration and his DOJ, with all that stuff going on,
I'm sorry. My question was
that's not a response to what she just said.
My question was about
brought forth
Bondi.
cases.
Hey, you got to respond to what she said. Hey, popcorn. You have to engage in the conversation. Okay?
Right, but under the Joe Biden administration.
Hold on. That's not a response to what she just said. Generally in conversations, when somebody says something, you respond to that. You're responding to something she didn't say. Please respond.
Because you're getting cooked and you don't like it.
So, Erica, do you mind repeating what you said because he didn't hear you?
Okay, do I start from the beginning? Or
no, just sum it up. It's too much for him.
Okay.
Just sum it up.
So my question is, if Pam Bondi's wish was to shut down the Southern District of New York investigation, which, by the way, had
the investigation was done.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Right. If the investigation was done, first of all, you said that
it was done under Biden.
No. Oh, so it was done under Biden.
Yeah.
You just said it wasn't. You just said the Biden administration didn't do anything. So was the investigation done under Biden or not?
So did the Biden administration and
Sorry,
the DOJ?
no. Don't answer a question with a question. Was their investigation done under the Biden administration or not?
Yes.
Okay, so Biden did do something then.
But the case was closed.
Show me where it was closed.
Yeah, that's something you're gonna have to show, man. Because
Okay.
Because my question is,
hold on, before I do this.
No, Popcorn.
she's clarifying.
How come, if the investigation was closed, how come Pam Bondi went to the Southern District of New York in January 2025 and told them to close the investigation and hand all the files over? If it was already closed, why did she tell them to close it?
Maybe because one's a federal and the other's a state. I don't know.
No.
I can tell you that Pam Bondi.
Sorry, the Southern District of New York is a federal district. It is not state. The Southern District of New York is a federal district.
Cool.
Guys, we're looking for opposition. We're looking. Guys, we're looking for opposition.
Another country knows more about our country than you do.
I know. That's always like the wildest thing, and it gets them so upset. Once they start mocking her British accent, that's when you know they lost.
Yep.
Anyways, man, you just got to pay to kick. So see ya. Thank you. Thank you for the pay to kick.
Hashtag pay up popcorn. I wasn't going to talk about that when he was here, because he would have just talked about that.
Also Popcorn, in this note that was sent to me, number one, they very much dislike you, saying that you're probably in the e-files. I believe it. Also, they wanted you to pay up for the bet that you lost about.
I just want to point out, Popcorn, you couldn't make a sandwich with cold fillings. You couldn't make a sandwich if all the ingredients were in the refrigerator and your mum had labeled them for you as to what goes in the sandwich at what time. You could not cook a thing.
How deluded do you have to be to think that like you were cooking in that conversation? Like, it's wild that sometimes these people, like, they truly believe that they're cooking in the conversation, but they say nothing of substance whatsoever.
You know you've got them beaten when their answer to your question is cool.
Guys, we're looking for opposition, okay? I don't think this is air. What's up,
do you
Alex?
think we're defending Clinton? Why do they?
I don't know. I have no idea.
No, but
like
I'm all for a wood chipper for all.
No,
like wood chippers for every one of you.
I know why they think we're defending Clinton.
Well, because they do it with Trump, and they think we do it with others.
Because it's what they do with Trump.
Yeah.
They can't imagine that anyone else has critical thinking skills and would criticize their own side.
Yeah. It's wild because we're not brainwashed.
Nope.
It's this needs to be studied on so many levels.
But it does. But the mental strength it would take for them to accept that Trump is in these files in a very harmful manner, it would dilute their entire worldview, because they've dedicated so much of their emotions and opinions towards him that like they wouldn't know what to do with themselves, right? So it's a really, really hard thing to convince them of this, because it's like the sunken cost fallacy. They've gone so far, they can't go back at this point, right?
Yeah, and I imagine it might be like almost painful in a way to like have that world broken.
Yeah. What's up, Adam? How you doing?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, how old are you?
24.
All right, what's up?
Yeah, so when you put science, LGBTQ, so what are your stances on these things?
I'm pro-science. I'm pro-LGBT rights. But I don't like. What do you mean? Can you be more specific?
So you're pro grown men with skirts in women's bathrooms looking at little girls?
I'm pro people using the restrooms.
When that has happened?
Well, yeah, I'm pro people. But hold on. So, are you advocating? Hold on. Are you advocating that anyone born as a male goes into the men's restroom and anyone born as a female goes into the women's restroom, no matter if they're trans or not? I just want to make sure I got your stance.
Well,
I just want to make sure. I'm not trying to corner you. I'm just trying to make sure. What's that?
Yeah, so you're assigned sex. Yeah.
Okay, great. So with that being said, don't you think people can take advantage of that as well? Right? So let's say I'm a shitty person who wants to do something inappropriate in a restroom. Couldn't I just go to the women's and say, hey guys, I was born as a female, I'm a trans man, and I can go into the women's restroom and do what I want. Why couldn't I take advantage of that role?
No, there shouldn't be any trans people in any bathroom.
Okay, trans people can't use any restrooms then.
No, they should, if they want to be like perverse outside, go do it privately in your own bathroom.
Can I ask a question, Adam? Did you hear Donald Trump on the Howard Stern show when he said that he got to go backstage at Miss Teen America pageants when the contestants were unclothed because he was the pageant owner? Do you remember that, Adam?
Yeah, I've seen the clip before.
Okay, you've seen it. So if what we're arguing about here is perverse men looking at young girls, shouldn't we object to that, Adam?
Yeah, of course we can criticize him on things.
We can criticize him on things.
Okay. Yeah, we can. Yes.
Okay. Why are you not criticizing him then?
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to do it here. We were talking about a different topic, man.
Well, the issue I have with that, Adam, is your whole issue here. Did you vote for Trump, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay. Your whole issue here seems to be that you object to men looking at young girls in bathrooms, but you voted for a guy who looked at young girls in changing rooms.
Yeah, so that's
the irony is just it's
Adam,
too funny.
Adam, you have no leg to stand on, my friend.
Yeah, the problem is I can't vote for someone on the opposite side, non-conservative, that will ruin the society.
So let me just clarify your stance down into a few, sentences, okay?
Wait. By the way, real quick. Sorry, you cut me off when I was trying to.
No, okay. I don't need to hear the rest of what you have to say. You'd rather vote for a pervert than you would for someone who, by the way, no criminal charges, not a pervert. You'd rather do that.
Guys, we'll get to new guests at 25,000 likes or 2 galaxies or 20 on the phalanx. Okay, just to give you guys a heads up. The 2 people in the request box will get to you shortly. Hang tight. We're looking for ops, guys. Go ahead, man. Respond to what she said. Oh, guys, we achieved the gift goal. Thank you. Love it. Go ahead, man.
I was trying to restate my point instead of just asking me to say my point. So go ahead if you want to do that.
No, I just did. I don't need to repeat it again, Adam. Okay, Adam, the people watching here might be different from the ones that you're used to. We can remember things that people say. We don't need to keep repeating them.
So he said continue. So I said continue as well. That's all I said.
Okay, so you don't want to respond to what she said then, sounds like.
Wait, that was her complete point? I mean, that was kind of...
I don't think you were listening. I don't think you're listening.
Yeah,
you guys better keep tapping to get to a new guest, please, for God's sake.
I'm voting for a pervert. Blah blah
well,
blah.
if your main stance, Adam, against LGBTQIA plus people is that you don't want people to go into bathrooms and stare at young girls, yet you voted for someone who brags about going into a changing room and staring at young girls, that kind of screams hypocrisy to me, Adam.
How about the fact where the policies he's going to enact oppose this activity, even if he's done it himself? He's going to push policies.
So
he's going to enact policies, guys.
What you've just told me is that not only are you a hypocrite, but he is also a hypocrite. Excellent. You have to get past the labels and get to the point. Whereas he's going to push policy that actually lessens the chance of these people going into women's bathrooms. But he's still allowed to do it.
It's not about what if he's allowed to. He's not allowed to. Supposedly,
but he did, and you voted for it.
It's no supposedly. He admitted to it. There's no supposedly. He straight up admitted to it, and there are witnesses who were in the room.
So, are you conceding that he would push policy that would lessen the chance?
He didn't know, Adam. Nobody's conceding anything. But anyway, he didn't just admit it, Alex. He bragged about it.
Yeah.
On a talk show.
Yeah.
And that makes it better.
So he openly admitted to walking into a teenage room,
a comedy talk
room
show,
full of
right?
teenagers.
Dude, if you want to pretzel yourself into justifying this, by all means go ahead. But everybody else can
I'm
see
not
through the
justifying. I literally said it's not okay.
No,
I said that.
no,
Yeah, but
because can I say there's nothing in the world funnier than admitting, because this is hilarious, right?
Aren't you British, mate?
a
Why are
man-
you talking about American
this
politics?
is-
Aren't you British, mate?
Oh, there we go. He knows he's lost. This is the problem. So there's I think we all agree, right? There's nothing funnier. Isn't it hilarious when a man goes, a 60-year-old man goes onto a talk show and talks about how he likes to look at undressed young girls. That's hilarious. Oh, I can hardly contain my hilarity.
Well, are you done with the monologue, or are you gonna get to like an actual point?
No, I can carry on. Thank you for asking. I can talk for days. Literally talk for
keep yapping.
days. I talk for a job.
What about you address the points are at hand instead of yapping?
You haven't made any points.
Yeah, man, this is pretty sad.
Why shouldn't we repeal the 19th Amendment?
Why shouldn't we?
Yes, why do women need to vote? Because since the 19th
Because we're
Amendment,
smarter than Adam. We're smarter than you.
women
all
have
of
become
us.
more depressed.
We're all smarter than you.
1 in
Every
3
single
women are
one
in
of
therapy.
us.
1 in 4 are on medication.
That just shows emotional intelligence, by the way. Being in therapy means you recognize that you
No,
need
that
to
shows
go to
feminism
therapy. You
failed
should
you.
try it, Adam, because
Hang
most
on.
men
failed you.
don't recognize they need therapy.
Adam,
Let me
which
respond. Women
Adam,
have
no,
become
No.
more depressed.
Adam, which sex is it that has a self-unaliving epidemic right now? Just remind us.
Women have become more
Well,
depressed.
No, sorry,
Since
Adam.
feminism.
Which
Hold on,
sex
you
is
are
it?
getting
Where
kicked
did
though.
they
You just got kicked. People liked you so little that they paid to kick you. Goodbye.
And
Tammy,
So the
thank you.
loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
That is
Men
wild.
like-
That is incredibly wild that he believes. Like, there's no way he has any successful relationships in life at all with that attitude and that outlook on life. No way. Guys, we're looking for ops,
tell you
okay? Sorry.
Men like Adam are not lonely enough, and I will keep saying that.
All right, we got two guests. So, Ronnie, how old are you? For TikTok terms of
I'm
service.
24.
All right, great. And then White, how old are you?
48.
All right, great. And you guys both voted for Trump?
Yep.
Okay, great.
Not me. I just wanted to talk about that last dude. He was getting on my
Ronnie,
nerves.
no, I get it. Let me bring it down because I'm only looking for opposition, Ronnie, but I hope you have a great rest of your day, okay? Guys, I'm only looking for opposition. Please don't take it personally. All right, White, so did you want to tag on to the conversation that we're just having, or do you want to start a new thing in relation to the background?
Well, no, I was just looking at your top read there, and it
what
is
about
us that are trying to protect kids. Y'all are fighting to have trans and sexual ideology in kids' classrooms. I just went through this with my daughter because one of your far left counselors was trying to indoctrinate my daughter to she's got to be a dude. She identifies as a dude.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that happened. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure that exactly happened, as you said.
And the thing is,
there was no other context. I'm sure. Yeah, so let's talk about it, though.
This is not okay. And nobody cared that people were trans. Nobody really cared.
Well, you guys do care. You do care now.
No, we don't. See,
but then why are you talking about it? No, that's not what gaslighting means.
We don't care.
But you're talking about it.
An awful lot like you do.
What we care about is it has no business in schools and kids.
Do you mind if I talk? Is it okay if I respond, or are you just going to monologue? Okay, great. So here's the thing, right? Trans people exist whether you like it or not, and trans kids exist whether you like it or not. We want them to... Please let me talk. I let you monologue, okay? I don't care what you think. Trans adults exist. They were kids at one point. So trans kids exist. I hate to break it to you. Having said that, I gotta be able to talk on my live, okay?
Well, you're lying.
That's not what lying means. You have to use words appropriately. That's not what lying means, okay? Anyways, let me speak, okay? So knowing that trans kids exist, and knowing that typically, unfortunately, they have high rates of depression, anxiety, and self-unaliving, which is not good, right? We want that to be lowered, right? So we're for gender-affirming care, which would help mitigate those things, right? You guys are against it. That's why I think you guys are anti-kids. You want them to suffer more. Now you can respond.
Gender-affirming care will help teach kids. Here's the thing. Let's just break this in a nutshell.
What about Biden? Sorry, I didn't do that.
You and kids are young-minded, they go with what's
young-minded.
Trending.
Yeah.
Young-minded.
Most of them.
What about Biden?
About sexuality at all, but then y'all turn around and teach this to kids,
and that's false.
And they go with it because they think it's trending. That's
false.
Why they have the highest
you're wrong.
mental
You're spreading
health.
misinformation.
That's a
First
fact.
of all, do you know when sex education is given to students? Do you know what age, what grade, even that they actually start learning about their own bodies?
Hold on, let me get this stuff here. Thank you, ma'am. There's a big difference in teaching kids sex education and then indoctrinating kids about
what's the difference between teaching and indoctrinating then? Because y'all call teachers and professors like myself indoctrinators all the time. So what's the difference?
It's a big difference. People shouldn't be taught that in school. Kids should not be taught that in 3rd and 5th grade. They should not glorify story time with drag queens, drag shows.
Glorify drag shows.
Be glorified at school.
Glorified.
They're gonna, this is cool. This is trending. This is a thing to do. Just like the victim mentality thing.
Hang on. Hang on. Why? I want to ask you a question. No, why?
And I've seen
now who's
kids.
Why? I want to ask you a question. Can I ask you a question?
What?
Okay. When you were a young person, is there anything that anyone could have done to make you think you were a trans person?
If people start when kids are in the 3rd and the 5th grade, and
no, sorry, it's a yes or no question.
I have no idea because I'm not a kid now. I'm a grown up. So as being an adult, you think a certain way.
Right. Okay. So just so you know,
I would hope not, but
just so you know, right? I'm a teacher of 16 years ish. I've worked with thousands of young people. The number of young people that I've worked, American would be 4th to 7th. Okay.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, real quick.
Well, no. Can I finish? Is that possible?
Go ahead.
Okay. I have taught kids for 16 years, and in fact, I've taught younger kids than that as well. I've taught everything from like kindergarten, you would call it, right up to 7th grade. I've taught every year group in that whole thing. The number of kids that I have taught who have been trans is a very tiny number. It's 3 or 4 over that entire time. And yet, it is the law in the country that I live in that we have to include trans people in our teaching. So we have to include right from when they're very young that somebody might have a trans parent. Okay, that's all you teach to really young kids. And then as they get older, you might talk a little bit more about trans people, but nobody's going into the ins and outs. And more often than not, it's the kids that bring it up rather than me. But okay. I want to ask you.
You don't live in the United States.
Okay, no, you're right. Okay, correct. Our curriculum is more liberal than yours is.
Oh yeah.
Far more
for
liberal.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
So I just want to ask you, as I'm teaching a more liberal curriculum, and I've taught thousands of children in my time, how come only 3 of them have been trans?
because you're not in the United States. And here's the thing:
trans people
kids,
exist everywhere.
hold on.
Trans people,
Yeah,
kids.
see, you're
Trans people
BSing.
exist
Now
everywhere,
listen.
though.
Hey, White,
They
you want
do.
to talk to someone who teaches in America?
They
Talk
do.
to me.
Yeah, hold
But
on.
here's the difference.
But Alex,
More of this. See, you're not letting me finish. More of this indoctrination stuff. It doesn't go on all over the world and
but
in
what we're
every
trying.
school.
Oh my God! What we're
It
trying to
goes on.
dude, hold on. First of all, people complain about trans stuff where Erica is all the time. People complain about it. Okay, it's not unique to America. Secondly, the other person below you, Alex, teaches in the United States. Okay, and she agrees with Erica. So she's in the U.S.
So you're
now
saying
what?
that it's okay to teach trans ideology to fourth graders?
I don't know what trans ideology
Who's
is.
teaching that, though?
I don't know what trans ideology is.
Also, I have a child in the American school system. He's in the 4th grade, and guess what? I've never seen in his curriculum. So I don't know what state you live in. I live in Florida. Okay,
that's the whole reason why.
No,
God's
it was
sakes.
before DeSantis, you ding dong. I've been teaching for 12 years almost.
Yes, but I can tell you here it happens in many of these areas.
Where are you?
Where's here?
Well, it happens in Charlotte, North Carolina. It happens in Lee County, North Carolina. It happens in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Isn't North Carolina a Republican state?
Very red and racist.
Yeah, it is.
No,
they are red.
Is Democrat, and it has nothing to do. Hold on, here's the thing. Y'all go to Republican state, Democrat state, the cities and the counties is what it depends on. Is it red or is it blue?
Fine. All right, fair.
And
so
here's the thing.
we want a specific example of this, though, because you're being very vague. Can you give a specific example?
I gave you an example. My daughter,
That's
for
anecdotal.
months.
Hold on.
That's
Your daughter, what?
anecdotal.
Tell me what
Nobody
specifically, and I need proof. Tell me what and give me proof. So, like, can I look up this curriculum?
We should be able to.
Look up the curriculum.
Curriculum.
don't know what
Kids.
curriculum will be.
Curriculum.
My
Kids.
daughter, in particular,
Kids.
the counselor that she was going to see convinced her that she was trans.
I'm sure that happened, buddy. I'm sure you're not just lying. You're being completely
I know
honest.
exactly what's happened here.
I'm sure. Yeah.
White's daughter has gone
This
to the
is what y'all
counselor.
do right here.
White's daughter has gone to the counselor and has tried to talk to the counselor, who is a safe person.
Teachers are online bragging about it.
Shush.
Who is a safe person,
and he's
about
not.
the way
and he's
that
not.
they feel,
Mm-hmm.
and he's not a safe person.
Right. You're 100. I think you clocked it like 100%. Yep, and he left because he knew that was true.
Yep.
We didn't drop him, guys.
And Erica,
good.
I'm sorry. I was just gonna say. Sorry, just poked myself in the eye. Erica, you brought up a great point about how many trans students you've had over the years, and I can also concur. I've been working at the same state college in Florida now forever. I've maybe had less than a handful of trans students come through my classrooms.
Yeah, it's not a very often.
And they talk to me because I tell them up front, I'm safe. And I even ask about, pronouns and preferred names because the school won't provide us with that kind of stuff when you register if you're underage or too young.
Well, all the trans young people I've worked with, all of them were assigned female at birth. I've never worked with a trans person who was assigned male at birth, not ever. And that makes me wonder, because I must have taught some people who were trans and were assigned male at birth, and it just makes me worry that those young people are less likely to tell everybody because they feel it's less acceptable. And I must have worked with some young people who were assigned male at birth.
Actually, that kind of makes me start thinking about, I've had the same thing of, I think 2 or 3 students now that I'm putting in my mind, they were all assigned female at birth. Mm-hmm. That is a very interesting idea that maybe you're right. Maybe they're still, trying to find their own way to do this because of how, I mean, look at that. He blamed him and the last guest. We're blaming trans women, but nobody ever brings up trans men.
Right.
And it's because you're a man. If you're a cis man, you know how cis men can behave. So maybe in your mind, that's where it goes.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah,
No,
let me respond. Hold on, let me get something in real quick. So someone said, "Why do we give him a voice?" Listen, I have my own platform, right? I choose who I want to bring up and not, and every creator is different when it comes to that, right? I have my line of, if they start saying something or goes in a direction, I will drop them, sure. But I personally think, and some may disagree, and that's fine, I personally think exposing these people is beneficial, right? They already have a voice. The guy who's president is voicing these things. The cat's out of the bag, guys. Sorry, it's not like we can suppress it, right? We know these people exist. The best we can do is defeat their arguments and make them look dumb, just like he just did, right? More people will learn from that, in my opinion. And if you disagree, that's okay. Guys, if you're enjoying live, click the red follow button on the top left. We are looking for opposition. If you disagree with the background prompt, you vote for Trump, you're Republican, whatever it might be, hit the request button, okay? Pay links are in the bio to show support, and a gift goal as well if you guys want to show support. Go ahead, Erica.
I think a lot of cis straight men have a fear that at some point they will fall for a trans woman.
Yeah, I think that's part of it.
Yeah, I believe that is a huge issue, that it messes with their psyche. You know?
I think that's part of it. No, I think you guys got it right. I think one of it is the thing that I believe you said, Alex, that like they know how men can act, right? So they project that onto them, right? And yes, I think sometimes there is suppressed attraction that they may not even be consciously aware of, right? It's probably so suppressed that I think that's part of it. And I think another part of it is just pure hatred, really. You know, I think it's a myriad of things.
Somebody just said I had the best argument they've heard in America. I want to know which argument. That interests me.
I'd love to hear that. Yeah, and guys, remember, you can come on up. There's a guest request button. I'm happy having a great conversation, right? You guys sort of set the tone. So if you come up, you're civil, respectful. I will give you that back. I'm sure the panelists will as well. However, if you come up bitching and complaining, you're going to get that in return. All right. And if you appear to be opposition in the comments, you are going to be invited on up. So you have been warned. And guys, I'm not going to debate the comments, okay? So if you're asking me a bunch of things in comments, I'm not going to just talk to you while you comment. You can come on up. We'll talk, all right? Like real people. How you been, Alice? Sorry. Or whatever.
I've been pretty good. You know, semester started up. It's pretty busy. But I'm just waiting for spring break because I got a concert to go to, so I'm excited.
Oh, nice. What concert is it?
Sleep Theory and Funeral Portrait and 3 Days Grace. It's like they're all like alt rock.
Yeah. I know 3 Days Grace. I didn't know the other one, but 3 Days Grace, I know.
You should look up Sleep Theory. The lead singer Cullen he's so cool. He seems to really love singing and performing. He's on this app. The Sleep Theory band is.
Oh, cool. Guys, keep tapping and sharing. Make sure, again, if you're in opposition, hit the request button. If you guys have not sent in your heart me, please do so. It's at the top left of the screen. Send that in, and you guys want to help reach that little hand heart gift goal, that'd be terrific as well, okay?
Can I just say, the person in the comments that just said, I can't join lives in America because I'm in Europe, that's not true. I am also in Europe.
Guys, you're not going to like this one, but sorry. If it loads. Hello. I actually don't mind talking to you, man. I really don't. I know some people absolutely hate you, and I get it. How you doing, John?
Oh, yeah, I know. They do.
I know, guys. I'm sorry. I truly don't mind talking to you at times.
No, I'm gonna go though, Doug, because last time I was in a live with John, he was happy for all of the Palestinian people to be G-sided.
That's not true. That's a lie.
No, it is.
Let me address that.
No, that is true, John. Anyway, Doug, I'm gonna
go
to
Erica.
bed.
All right, great having you up. Make sure you guys follow Erica. I love you too, Erica. Take care, okay?
Bye, Erica.
All right, John. So let's all right. I don't want to talk about that because it's going to go deep into that conversation. Okay, let's just talk about something else. All right. What did you come up here for specifically?
Yeah, this is all my personal opinion. You know, I don't understand why I trigger so many people on the left so much. I actually think I'm not really like that far right. I don't understand it. Maybe you can explain it to me.
Well, I don't know. Give your opinion on something.
Well, if you don't want to talk about IS country, I won't use that example.
Yeah, let's just stay away from that topic if you can, please.
All right, I think the left is crazy. Okay, I think that drag queens reading to young children is crazy. Okay, I believe in tolerance. You know, I just think I just would like to see non-straight people come out of the closet at night, so to speak. They can have their nightclubs, they can have their parades. I just don't think children should see it. I think it's corrupting and indoctrinating children.
Children shouldn't be aware that gay people exist?
No, they shouldn't be indoctrinated into thinking that gender and sexuality are fluid, because that's what the left is trying to do.
But what does that have to do with drag queen story hours where they're reading like children age appropriate books?
Okay, what do you think? It's a First Amendment issue or what?
Why are you answering my question with a question?
Okay. All right. So you're asking me why shouldn't drag queens be able to read to children? Because it's inappropriate. It's putting
What
ideas...
is inappropriate though? What are they saying that is so inappropriate? Do they have a book that says, let me indoctrinate the little children?
It's just going to be it's going to lead to questions such as, well, what is being gay? Is there anything? Look, I actually,
do you have like evidence about that shows that children who are read to by drag queens eventually ask questions about homosexuality or drag queens or anything like that? Because if you're saying it happens, there should be evidence.
Pull up James Lindsay new discourses drag time story hour. It'll tell you everything about this. It's causing confusion.
How so? Can you provide any like evidence to show that it's causing confusion? What's up, RJ? Can you show evidence that it's causing confusion?
It's causing children to question their sexuality.
How do you know? How do you know?
Is there?
Do
you have a qualitative study?
I think what it sounds like is, Alex, I think what it sounds like is he's questioning his sexuality and he's projecting it onto them. I think you are.
You're never too old. You're never too old, my guy.
I agree.
Why do you look, man? I am not. People on the left do this all the time, and I really don't get it. To accuse me of being closeted non-straight because I don't think drag queens should read to kids, and I don't want this perverted literature in elementary schools.
What's perverted, though?
I need a title. Hold on, I think your response...
What's perverted literature?
I think you getting offended and triggered by what we said probably backs up what we say even more. If you were truly straight and not in the closet, you would have just blown past what I said, and it wouldn't have bothered you, but it seemed like it really bothered you.
Doug, all I've ever been with are women, man. I'm being straight with you.
Maybe. Hold on, that doesn't mean you're necessarily heterosexual, right? There are plenty of people who have been with women for 10, 15, 20 years, and then at some point they realize, hey, maybe I might be into these types of people or these types of people. That's very normal.
That's what the B stands for.
I don't think about men. I'm not attracted to men.
Okay.
I'm really not. I just look. It's.
So
let me just say. Go ahead.
There's plenty of straight guys on Grindr who aren't necessarily into like masculine men. They may be into like cross dressers. They may be into trans women. They may be into like a feminine look. So that's also a thing. Like when we're talking about some guys being into men, we're not talking about like bearded big men. It could be more feminine type of men, possibly.
If they're on Grindr, they're not straight.
Well, that's why I said straight. Yeah.
Well, okay. Look, Doug, would you date a trans woman?
Yeah, I mean, if well, hold on. That's not a factor. Yeah, I mean, would I date them in the sense like I that wouldn't be a factor. I wouldn't date them any more or less than I would a cis woman if I had feelings for them. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Look, I would not date a trans woman because that would make me gay.
Well, the first thing that comes to your mind, though, when you see a woman is their genitalia. I don't know how many women would want to date you in the first place if all you're thinking about is their genitalia. Maybe you should get to know the person before you start thinking about that.
That's the defining characteristic of what men and women are.
But hold on, John. Hold on. First of all, hold on. I wouldn't consider somebody.
You're laughing at that.
hold on. I wouldn't consider somebody that is attracted to trans women as necessarily gay. I think there may be another title you can put upon it, but who cares? Like, we don't need to put titles on anything. You can be attracted to whoever you want or whoever you don't want. Like, you're just attracted to who you are. We don't have to put a title or something upon it. And I think that's why a lot of people are afraid to, and I'm not truly saying you need to come out or whatever, right? But I think a lot of people are afraid to do so because of the stigma associated that they often put it upon it themselves, right? And I think once we get past that, we realize like, hey, these titles don't really mean a whole lot. I can be attracted to this person or that person. I can just be myself. And it's a very freeing feeling.
This is what I'm talking about, Doug, with the left. They're trying to promote the idea of sexuality and gender being fluid. This is what ancient Greece did. Okay. This is, look, culture and environment has something to do. What do you just think? Okay, is being gay? I think it's behavior, not attraction. You think
behavior?
It's the opposite?
It's behavior, not attraction?
Well, what defines a person being gay or not is engaging in gay behavior.
No,
it's
no,
a
no,
conflict
no, no.
between the
No, because there are plenty of straight men in prison who may do stuff with men, for whatever reason, but they would still be straight, depending on the situation and all that. But you can be gay and have never done it. Hold on, like for example, my brother. I mean, he's not alive anymore, unfortunately. But when he came out, he was gay, but he never did anything with a guy at that point. But he was still gay.
Okay, if somebody is so you don't think being gay is a choice, right?
I don't think it's a choice like I'm gonna have Pepsi or Coke tonight, or I don't think it's that type of choice. No, I think it's an innate part of who you are.
Okay,
like you don't choose to have if your favorite color is blue, you don't choose that. It's just within you. Does that make sense?
Well, I'm just saying there's all kinds of desires that people have that they don't do, right? I mean, for example, if being gay is not a choice, then would you say that is being a P3DO a choice?
No. Hold on. But I'm not advocating for that. And do I think do I think people who have those attractions, do I think they consciously choose that? No. Why would anyone consciously choose that? I think a lot of those people, unfortunately, battle with it a lot, and they realize they have those attractions, which are very, very wrong. I want to say that very clearly, right?
Right.
But in those situations, yes, they unfortunately need to suppress, not unfortunately, but they need to suppress it, right? Because acting on those things are harmful. I don't believe acting on it with consensual adults, men, women, whatever, is harmful, right? That's the difference.
Well, the whole point of the exercise here is just to show you that even though you don't think it's a harmful choice, it is still a choice. Just like me drinking alcohol.
To act on the behavior. Yeah, if you want to choose to do something with another guy, that is a choice. But those attractions, those innate feelings to want to do that is not a choice.
I agree with you. The attraction is a choice, but I think maybe there's other things influencing the attraction besides just genetics.
Even if that were true, let's say that's true. Let's grant that. I don't believe that, but let's grant that. I still don't give a shit. I don't think being gay is bad or good. I think it just is what it is. I don't put any morality upon it.
Okay, so would you recommend that everybody who's an adult, at least 18, try it at least once, if there's nothing wrong with it?
I mean, if they want to.
If it's consensual between the two people, why do you care?
I'm just so you would recommend to all people 18 and older have at least one gay experience. Is that
I never said that. No, I did not say that. I am saying that, hold on. I am saying that if you have an attraction and it's consensual between two adults, yeah, go for it. Who cares? If not, then don't. I don't give a shit what people are attracted to or not attracted to as long as it's between two consenting adults.
Okay, but now you would make an exception, for example, two adult sisters, wouldn't you? Who want to have a relationship.
Yeah, I know. You guys always give that example.
Such phobic rhetoric. It's the same thing. It goes with P3DOs. It goes to y'all get a better argument. This isn't even an argument. You just want to be bigoted.
No.
You are. You're trying to do some kind of funky correlation between being gay and P3DOs and incest. That is what you are doing. I feel like I've heard this before, literally on one of Doug's lives. Might have been you, might have been somebody else, but it's the same talking point, and it's wrong. There's no, you can't make a connection between a gay adult who is having consensual feelings and actions with another person, whatever. You can't, there's no evidence, and you're just trying to do it by saying, oh, well, they're making a choice and those people made a choice, so it's the same. It's not.
I just think people should try to be straight, but if they can't, it's okay. To me, that's tolerance.
What do you?
But when you're born with a hypothalamus, when your hypothalamus is a smaller structure, or when your amygdala that you're born with leans more to the left, like, you know what I'm saying? It's in the brain. This is where our attraction comes from. It comes from our brain. It comes from neurotransmitters. It comes from hormones. So you're up here, first of all, talking about choice, like somebody just woke up one day and decided, I'm going to be gay. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, John? Like, there are so many studies that have shown people in like qualitative situations where they've been interviewed and asked about, when did you first know? Or what was your indicator? And they'll tell you.
Yeah, John,
you need to stop trying to make this connection, because it's gross. It's giving gross.
It's just why the right.
John, at what point, and guys in the tube, I see you all watching. Make sure you guys subscribe to me over there and watch me over there if you have a second device. But I'm curious as to when you chose to be straight. What did that look like when you chose to be straight?
I just remember in I don't know, maybe I was maybe 9 or something. I remember thinking Pamela Anderson and Sidney Crawford were very attractive and pretty, but probably more when I was in middle school and I started to have, puberty and I was attracted to women,
Sure. Yeah. So those feelings that arose, when did you choose those feelings that came up naturally? When did you choose that? Or how did you choose it? How did you choose it, rather? You already told me
it was an easy choice to make because the attraction was for women, right? All I'm trying to say is like, I think if from childhood, for example, I think childhood trauma, right, might have an impact on a person's sexuality in adulthood. And I think the culture, like ancient Greece, or like Ragtime Story.
Okay. But hold on, if you made the choice, you said it was an easy choice. So you it sounds like what you described at the time, you also had attraction to men, or whatever they were at that time, at that age.
No,
but if you made the choice to act otherwise, then maybe you're bisexual.
I'm not attracted to men.
Okay, so also, then you John, did great. So you didn't choose that.
Make it a fact. John, just because you say I think is not a fact. You have zero evidence about this whole linkage between trauma and sexual orientation. Unless you've got the article in front of you that we can pull up and look at, you're saying I think, not a fact.
Okay, but it's the essay rate in childhood among gay men is approximately 15 times higher.
Where did you get that data from?
Where is that from?
That is from? I can pull it out. I believe it's Statistics Canada and like Boston University. The overall rate of essay in childhood people who turn out to be gay is 3 to 8 times higher.
All right, we can pull up that data. But again, even if that is true, you have yet to describe why it's harmful for someone to be gay.
Also, can I just point out something? That correlation doesn't equal causation, because what if those children who were assaulted already had started developing attractions to the same sex, right? Because you just said that when you were around 9 years old and you saw Pam Anderson and Cynthia Crawford, you started having feelings, right? So again, if these children might have already started having those feelings and were unfortunately SA'd, it's not clicking. It's not clicking there, right?
People are very malleable, especially children, okay? And if they are indoctrinated at a young age, you can convince people, especially children, to believe virtually anything.
Like y'all are indoctrinating your kids on the MAGA side to literally wear Trump hats and know about a man that they're not even going to know down the line, because he'll probably be gone when they're old enough to vote.
Okay, look, PR, I'm trying to get to the look, I know I was listening. Jon Stewart was talking to somebody, and he made the claim that the drag queens reading to the kids is a First Amendment right. Do you agree with that?
First Amendment right?
First Amendment right to read?
I don't know if it has to do with that. As long as the drag queen is dressed like appropriately in the sense that like you're not showing a lot, like, but that would be the case for anyone though, right? Like if anyone read to kids and you're in like a bikini, for example, right? Straight, cis, trans, gay, whatever, right? That would be inappropriate, right? But there are plenty of drag queens who wear things that are fully covered in there. You know what I mean? So like, I don't find it to be inappropriate in the least bit.
All I'm trying to get at, I'm paraphrasing, but he said something like it's a matter of free speech for the drag queen. Do you all agree with that?
Well, I just don't think it has anything to do with that. I don't think it's a free speech thing. No, that wouldn't be my argument.
You don't think it's a free speech issue?
No, I don't think it's a first. In other words,
it would be violating the free speech of the.
No, I don't think it's a. I don't think it's a First Amendment issue. No.
It's not though. Like they're literally reading a book that a child or their parent. How is that a First Amendment issue?
Well, it would be free. Look, here's my point with.
Wait! Wait! Before you make your point, justify how it's a First Amendment issue. I want to hear your answer.
I don't think it is. I disagree with Jon Stewart.
Okay.
But my point. Well, here's the point, though, right? If it is a First Amendment issue,
but it's not.
Well, I don't think it is.
I know. We're agreeing.
Okay, we're agreeing. Okay. Well, my question for Jon Stewart though would be this.
Okay, but we're not Jon Stewart. We're not Jon Stewart, man. Like, okay, I don't know why you're responding to this person.
Yeah, go post on his Daily Show TikTok page or something.
Most people I talk to on the left actually say it is a First Amendment issue.
Okay, but then talk to those people.
Well,
that's not my argument, and that's not Alex's argument.
Okay. What's the argument for it?
Hold on 1 second. Guys, if you're enjoying live, click the follow button in the top left. Give Alex a follow. Pay links are in the bio if you want to show support. It is very appreciated, but it is, of course, not needed. Same with gifts, but if you guys can help me, you should give Cole. That'd be great. And if everybody can at least send in the heart me at the top, that'd be terrific. Also, subscribe to me on the tube, okay? Yeah, my argument is that I think people should be allowed to be who they are as a person. Again, so long as it's between two consenting adults. I just don't think it's worth worrying about any more than that.
And if you want to hear why I support Drag Queen Story Hour or any story hour, is it has been shown with studies that reading and reading to children consistently will help with brain development, right? It helps with expanding their vocab. It helps with comprehension. It helps. We have a severe literacy crisis in this country right now with our children.
Big time.
Okay, PR,
Yes,
let me ask you this question.
Why are you calling me PR? It's
That's
Professor, or you can call me Alex,
PR.
as Doug said numerous times.
All I can see is PR. So, but Alex, here would be my question for you. If you think Story Hour is so great, would you be okay with a neo-Yahtzee reading a child's book to children?
Well, hold on. You just got kicked. He just got kicked.
Bye.
All right. So
Also,
Brandon.
I'm Polish, so we hate them.
Right. Yeah, and I do want to respond to that. Brandon, let's have a big W for Brandon. A lot of W's in the chat for Brandon for getting rid of John there. That was great. Says, as a survivor of childhood SA and being a bisexual male, the two have nothing to do with each other. F off. Yeah, he said you can read this out loud or not. Yes, I chose to read it out loud. Brandon, thank you so much. You are the best. Thank you.
I was actually kind of going to brag if he was going to ask me about, are you okay with children reading these kinds of books? Because my son's in a documentary called The ABCs of Book Banning.
Oh, shit.
We
That's
filmed
super
it here. Yeah, you should look it up. It's on Paramount Plus. He's the little blonde kid with glasses, and he reads And Tango Makes Three, the story about two male penguins who were given an egg and took care of that little penguin chick. So,
all right,
it's kind of cool.
Yeah, remind me about that later. I want to look into that. But Falcons, how you doing?
Hey, Doug, how are you, man? I'm good.
I'm doing great. What's your age? Just so we can move forward. I just need to know for TikTok terms of service.
I am 33.
Okay, cool. We're the same age. I like it. All right, and your opposition. You disagree with the background?
No, I'm not opposition, but I guess I do oppose. I'm on the left, but I do. There is one thing that I definitely oppose, and I actually was just curious on your thoughts on it. If you have a quick minute, I know you probably want to talk to opposition. But
No, you're good. I don't have anybody else. But guys, if you are opposition,
Cool.
hit the request button. But yeah, go for it. What's up?
The only thing that I kind of disagree with, and I feel like you're kind of the same way. Like you don't agree with everything just because Democrats tell you to, which I like.
For sure. Yeah.
In terms of like voter ID, I don't understand why that can be looked at as a bad thing. Like why is requiring voter ID like a bad thing, and why is that not just like a bipartisan 100% yes? And like I could definitely be like persuaded, you know.
Yeah. So what do you know about the argument against it? I just want to make sure you have a good understanding of their argument.
In terms of like what right wingers say?
No. What people on the left typically say of why they're against that. I just want to know, see if you have an understanding. I'm not trying to corner you or anything. I'm just curious as to what.
No, you're good. You're good, man. I think typically what I hear is that like not everybody has an ID, and I get that. I just feel like there's so many things in this country that I need an ID for, right? Like I forget what I did earlier in the week. I did something where they asked me for my ID. You know, it's something pretty minuscule. And again, I'm probably a lot more privileged than most people. You know, but yeah.
Right. So that's the thing. Not everybody does have an ID. It costs money, of course, to get an ID. A lot of time out of your day. Not to mention, when you register to vote, you are giving all of that, right? Like, so by default, if you are registered, you have already provided your ID. It's already verified that you're a U.S. citizen, and all of the things that are required. That's already needed. So, like, giving a requirement beyond that just seems to be redundant at the very least. But again, it does seem to target, whether it's purposely or not, communities that aren't, I guess I'll use the word privilege, aren't privileged enough to be able to have the time or money to necessarily get those things, but they are registered, so we already know that they're good to go.
That makes sense. And that's actually a really good call out too, in terms of like when you register to vote, you show an ID or you have to use your ID.
It's already given.
About that. Yeah. Okay, well that's a good point. That's really all I wanted to get your take on. I definitely need to do more research on it. But yeah, appreciate you, man. I love listening to you. You're great. So thanks, man.
Thank you. It means a lot. Take care. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I also agree with? Making our day of voting a day off.
Yes,
it's insane
100%.
how many students I have that'll be like, what do I do? Do I come to school? I'm like, ugh, you know? And if that's just a student, I can't imagine someone who has to work in order to provide for their family. They can't just take a day off. Like they might not have PTO or something.
Exactly. And yes, you could mail and vote, which I encourage a lot of people to mail and vote. You get your vote in early, all that. I think it's a great thing. However, yes, I think it should be a day off for sure. There's really no argument against it. I can't think of a good argument against it. Really. Guys, we are looking for opposition, though. We may do a restart. It seems like viewers are dipping a little bit for some reason, so we may restart, but we'll keep it going for now.
So how did the move go? Do you like your new place?
Yeah, no, it's good. I just hate moving in general. Like it really, really, really stresses me out moving, like hardcore. And I stress about it leading up to it. I procrastinate it, and it's just like, and then I'm out of place for a while because I'm not in my usual comfortable spot, right? So I'm starting to get a little more accustomed to where I'm at. But yeah, no, I'm mostly good to go. But yes, moving sucks.
Moving's terrible.
I avoid it at all costs.
Terrible.
Yes. And then you lose things in the move. Where did I put this? Where did I put that? And the only good thing about moving is, at least for me, and I'd assume many do this, is I am able to throw away a bunch of stuff. So I'm able to like clear out more space. But it's tough because I keep so many things out of sentimental value, like that have no meaning at all. Like, for example, my, I used to be in the military, and I know I don't talk about too much, but like, yeah, I was in Air Force, and I have my mobility bag, the bag that you're supposed to have ready to go just in case there's an emergency deployment. I have kept that ever since. It was under my bed. I had all my stuff from the military in it. And I realized, like, I just need to throw this away. Like, it takes up so much space. It's big and bulky.
Yeah.
But I had so much sentimental value with it. And it was so hard to do that.
Yeah. Like, a lot of women will keep, like, their wedding dresses and stuff. And it's like,
Sure.
this thing took up so much space. But then I learned about how you can frame them. But again, that costs money. But I was just like, am I ever going to wear this thing again?
Yeah.
And my husband's like, no, you're not. And I said, no, I'm not.
That's funny.
Because if anything happens to him, I'm not getting in this dating pool. It's gross out there.
Yep. I'm sure. I couldn't imagine how that is for women, unfortunately, on dating apps or just dating in general.
Yeah.
I've
heard stories from a divorced friend. Gorgeous woman, super educated. She teaches like high school engineering. She's Lebanese. She's beautiful. Did get a divorce because her ex was a POS. I'll be honest, I can't stand him.
Yeah,
and she's told me stories about trying to date out there, and it's bad. Like, she's like, between the ghosting, between these men
so
having a
much
problem
ghosting.
that I have a son.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
You guys can still hear me, right? I'm away from the computer. Can you guys still hear me? Yes, no? Can you guys hear me? No? Can you hear me? Hey,
Sorry,
can you guys...
yes. I can hear you.
You heard me from back there? Okay, alright. Nobody was saying yes. Alright, anyways. It's funny because a lot of men are like very, very, I don't know what the word is, envious maybe, or there might be some other word, of women on dating apps saying like, oh, they get all these matches, they can be with anyone they want. And sure, if a woman wants to sleep around, it is certainly easier for her to do so on a dating app. I wouldn't disagree with that. However, if they're looking for anything beyond that, it is awful for them, right? It's like quite awful. And I don't think a lot of men realize that. I don't think a lot of men realize how awful it is for women on dating apps.
Well, that means they would have to actually care about our feelings and care about us as human beings, not just some mammary glands stuffed with fat tissue and a uterus, right? Like, it's right. This all goes back to not being able to see us as people. And I think that's, easy for them to be like, I can ghost them, I can, be misogynistic around them, and they'll be fine because they want me. They're on a dating app. They clearly want somebody.
Yep.
Until they realize that women nowadays are like, do we need somebody? Question mark.
No, I mean, listen, there's a lot of... it's funny because it's not funny, but my sister, she's going through a separation. I don't want to air her stuff. It's fine. Nobody knows her. So she's like going through sort of am I too loud, guys? I'm cleaning something. Am I okay? I can't see if you're saying yes or no, so I need Alex to respond. Am I too loud cleaning? Yes, no?
Not really.
Okay, all right, cool. Anyway, so my sister's going through a separation, and it's likely going to lead to a divorce. But like, she has no desire at the moment to like want to be with anyone else. She just really wants her like peace and like alone time, Like, that's all she fucking wants right now. And like, I don't blame her. I really don't blame her.
I'm like, yeah. Because my husband works at a tire recycling plant, so he works around a lot of heavy machinery. Accidents happen, blah, blah,
sure.
blah.
Yeah.
And I tell him all the time, I'm like, if anything ever happens to you, I'm just going to get more cats or maybe a dog and take care of them and our kid. Life's too busy. It's too stressful to be, sitting here. And I think I have a lot of respect for women out there who are like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Not until things change, right? Like,
yep. Sometimes it's better to just be. I don't want to say alone because that has a negative connotation, but just like be with yourself, which can be sometimes hard to do at times. But
I've worked on myself before. Like, sometimes you just need to. Sometimes you just need to like take that time and have a glow up situation too.
For sure. Yeah, guys, I had milk in the fridge and it wasn't right side up, and it started to leak. And I'm cleaning up fucking milk right now. It really pisses me off. Oh my god, this is the worst. I'm gonna have to restart soon, guys. I'd imagine not a whole lot of people are watching at the moment. I can't see the computer, but I'll restart, guys, and we can maybe do a different topic if you all want. All right, I think this is all clean. I think we're good.
How did your milk get turned upside down?
Because it didn't. Unfortunately, where I live, the fridge is really small, and I'm gonna have to get a second one. So I put it on its side, thinking, hey, it should be okay. And I was wrong. I was wrong.
And it leaked.
Yeah, and I had chicken. Publix chicken. If you guys know Publix,
Ooh,
Publix says the best.
Tenders?
Well, I got fried chicken, and so it's in the fridge.
Okay.
So milk, unfortunately, got on the fucking thing.
Not the chicken.
Well, on the box, I'm good. It got onto the box.
Oh, okay. But I was gonna say if it's still inside the box. It's funny because I was just in Publix, like grabbing a couple things, like I needed cat food and something else, and somebody was walking by with a container of Publix fried chicken, and I'm like, oh, I already have dinner planned, but that's also good. When it's fresh out of the fryer, the whole Publix smells like it.
Oh yeah. All right, one more thing to clean, and I'm good.
Doug, Buzzy says it's time to discuss raw milk.
God damn it, Buzzy. I am trying to clean up regular fucking pasteurized milk right now. How did it get everywhere?
And I bet cleaning up raw milk is the exact same.
All right, guys, I'm coming back.
Except the bacteria start wiggling away.
Oh my god. Jesus.
I'm kidding, by the way. I know bacteria is too small to see wiggling in raw milk.
All right, now I'm seeing all the goddamn comments. Yeah, guys, for some reason, spilling milk does really bother me. So, like, per the saying, I have almost literally cried over spilt milk. All right, we're looking for opposition, guys, but it's probably going to be a restart time. Do you guys want me to do the same topic? We could do body count. We could do LGBT. And yes, I know I need to make new topics or backgrounds. I promise we'll get to it. Do you guys want a new topic, though, when we restart? Seed oils. Unfortunately, that's not one. I love the seed oil raw milk one, guys. I do, but like nobody likes watching them, so I have to do them seldomly. Even though I love doing that live, maybe we can.
The raw milk thing is kind of topical right now.
Fuck it, let's do it.
A creator on this app sold raw milk. You can bring up Ballerina Farm. Apparently
perfect.
Sold raw milk and it made people sick.
All right, guys, we're going to do the raw milk, seed oil, like the nutrition one, and it is loosely based on politics because a lot of it is coming from RFK, who is in the administration. So let's restart and do that. It's not going to be an instant restart. Give me a couple, okay? And then we'll do that. Sorry for the guys who don't like the topic. I can't always appease everyone, but I will see everybody in a bit, okay? And Alex, you're, of course, welcome to come on out when I do that, okay?
Okay, Buzzy's very excited, it looks like.
I know, I can see. All right, guys, bye.